What is going on, everyone? Today I wanted to give you stock news updates on an electric vehicle company, Mullen Automotive, ticker MULN. We've seen in the recent months and weeks, at least in the year 2023, that this company's stock has been taking a beating, right? What's really causing the share price to drop down? Are we beginning to see an upward trajectory with bullish signals in place? We know that Mullen Automotive, with its relative strength index to RSI, it's been oversold in the past months. But now, with the recent 20% gain in the stock price going down to the low level of like support 9 cents, we're beginning to see it run back up to 13 cents. What's driving the share price to go up? I'll share with you stock news updates on what had just all happened here, and we'll talk about what really drove the price down currently with Mullen Automotive. Now, if you're new to this channel, I'd really appreciate you subscribing, supporting, where the goal here is to lead with an altruistic mindset and win together, guys. So let's get started. Now, I wanted to share with you first off the share price of Mullen Automotive. So just with the 5-day range here, you see it hovering up by 14% here. Just going back to a 1-month range, this company, the share price has just been dropping, right? I mean, since March, it was at 23 cents and it dropped significantly. If you scale back to like 6 months, back in February, this was hovering at like 42 cents. However, what goes down very quickly with that volatility, we will see a potential shoot up. I'm beginning to see a potential V shape here, right, where the RSI was significantly oversold. The good thing is that we're seeing volume picking up here with Mullen Automotive, and I'm thinking that Mullen Automotive can easily get back into the 25 cents range in the month of April. And the sky's the limit with this company because EVs have been taking a beat down. However, just with recent news, let me just share with you, Mullen actually delivered its first class EV cargo vans to the University of North Carolina based out in Charlotte. This is like big news in North Carolina because now we're beginning to see Mullen actually deliver and execute on its story here. They got an initial order for 7 vehicles with subsequent future deliveries expected across UNC's 16 campuses in the next 12 months. While we heard news about how Mullen Automotive is working with the government, right, with its patented battery technology, but now this Brea-based EV company is now also working with the education system. So there's that extra value working with different sectors and expanding its initiatives, right? We know that UNC is a big university with more than close to about 30,000 students. The acre campus is 1,000, and the fact that there's 12 different sites available, this is good news for Mullen Automotive, on top of the partnership working with the aviation company. So you see how Mullen is beginning to diversify with its initiative. I mean, these 100% EV vans are a fantastic use case for university campus delivery applications, and that also applies to the airport sector as well as working with the government as well. But this is great news. I mean, this is positive and very uplifting, especially with so much dilution happening and people questioning the CEO, David. People wondering whether Mullen's going to be bought out, what's going to happen with the deadline for the reverse stock split. Now, the CEO did mention, "We are proud to announce delivery of Class 1 EV cargo vans to the University of North Carolina at Charlotte and look forward to continued adoption of EVs in space of standard ICE vehicles." Hey, look, I really don't think Mullen Automotive is going to go out of business here, right? Either they get bought out, they do a reverse split, but ultimately I do see that in the long-term course, there's just going to be that expansion with this business strategy. Yes, there's the holdback, with risk, with cash being a problem, right? We know that there's dilution happening with this company. However, the good news is that Mullen is beginning to execute, and will we see the execution outweigh the risks that we see, right, currently with where Mullen stands? Now, this article here is talking about how a short squeeze is possible, so this is very uplifting here with the news about implementing with working with UNC. This delivery is a win for Mullen, right, who has been giving focus on underserved areas of the EV market. Mullen's Class 1 is a perfect entry point for us working with the company. So this is, validating Mullen Automotive's strategy as what this article is pointing out. And the strategy is to leverage existing technology. What we're referring to is the patented technology that Mullen has acquired throughout the course to drive production and sales to get the core product off the ground. The 5 SUV crossover is slated to begin production in 2024, as well as having sales of the iGo in Europe in Class 1, Class 4 EV cargo, and delivery vans in the United States. This is huge because assuming that there's no technical issues with the first 4 vans, follow-on orders from NGT companies should follow soon. And this is not the only avenue for sales in the US. The company recently announced a pilot program at the LAX airport that could result in orders for Mullen and Loop Global, which is what I referred to earlier. And what I previously mentioned with the government contract, Mullen has also been selected by Rapid Response Defense Systems as a provider of Class 1 EV vans for the government. And because Mullen is the only manufacturer with a Class 1 van in the lineup, it amounts to an exclusive deal that could lead to thousands of van sales annually. This is really the start of a potential solid business growing. Yes, we know there's huge risks with cash flow burn rate, but just look at Tesla at the early phase when Tesla was a developer. A lot of people questioned Tesla, right? Tesla had a huge cash flow burn rate. However, Mullen is going through the same thing, although it's not to compare apples to apples here, right? We know that Mullen is taking on a huge degree of risk, but they're also backed up by the federal government and working with the educational systems as well as tapping into the consumer market as well. This really shows that Mullen is not out of the woods as what this article is stating here, right? Mullen just recently has been shooting up in its share price at a minimum, gaining back 20% in gains from its current market price. And it is too soon to know if the news is enough to drive the stock back up to the $1 Nasdaq threshold, but you can't rule that out, right? But Mullen can pop on any delivery news, and what if it gets back up to the 40 cents range, right? People will start questioning, will there really be a reverse split that's ultimately required come September? So we're looking at the Twitter profile here from Mullen Automotive, and just wanted to share with you a photo of Mullen and Randy Marion delivering the first class EV cargo vans to UNC Charlotte here, right, with an expanded rollout in the next 12 months. So this is huge news. This is a start, right, to the company's strategy, and just wanted to share this all to you. But overall, I think that this is looking positive here, right, in that Mullen has the potential to gain back. I'm thinking that April is going to be a really good month for Mullen Automotive. So if you've been a long investor, let's say if you're bag holding, I would continue to hold a bag even longer. If you're considering Mullen, I think this is a great buying opportunity because I don't think the company is going to go out of business or anything like that. Either it gets bought out, reverse split, yes, that's likely. But ultimately, the EV market has been taking a hit, right? So we'll definitely see positive growth, especially with the Nasdaq performing very well just recently in the last quarter. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed. I'd love to hear your comments and questions, so please leave it down below. Thank you.